It's time to review Dani Moonstar from the New Mutants wave. Wait a minute. There's two more figures in here. What's going on?
Hey guys, me host Superstar, thank you very much for tuning in. Look, it's Dani Moonstar from the New Mutants. Now, this is a Walgreens exclusive action figure from Marvel Legends, and I managed to get this from MCM Comic Con in London. Well, my good friend Richard did. He hooked us up with an awesome figure here. It was from In Demand Toys, so big thanks to them for selling it to him. And this is Dani Moonstar. Now, before we get on with the video, I want to go straight to the desk cam, where you guys can get an up-close person look at the packaging, and I need to have a rant about Hasbro in this pack before we get on with the good stuff. I need to get the rant out of the way, because it's going to annoy me, it's going to be on my chest. That's the reason I've not made this video sooner, is because I wanted to make sure that I was articulate and I got my point across without annoying the collector's market. Because I know some people are being very reserved about their comments on this. Whereas I feel quite strongly about it. So let's go over to the desk cam where you guys can get an up-close look at the packaging and I'll have a little chat.
Alright guys, as you can see here, this is the Marvel Legends New Mutants pack, and this is Dani Moonstar. But it doesn't just include Dani Moonstar, and it annoys me that it only says Dani Moonstar on the box. To the uninitiated, they're going to think she's some form of dodgy shapeshifter. But she's not. This is the Walgreens exclusive figure, by the way, as a part of the New Mutants line, and to me, this feels like a great big dirty cop-out by Hasbro. It really does, because they've put lots of figures in one box with one body. This should have been a 3-pack at a reduced price because of the same body. Come on, we all know it, and we all need to say it. They should have given us 3 bodies, because now we have to hunt down 3 of these figures, and in the UK, these are running at £30 a piece, which is what, about $50? So, I'm sure you can feel our plight over here in the UK. We don't have a Walgreens, but I've managed to get one. This was from MCM Comic Con in London. My good friend Richard was able to pick it up for me from our good friends over at In Demand Toys. And it is a great figure, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on it too much because I do love the X-Men. And New Mutants was one of the comic books that I didn't overly read them, I'm going to be honest. I was more into X-Force, but I know these characters from X-Force. So we have the original Dani Moonstar, which is the main figure in the box, Danielle herself. She looks pretty awesome. Then we have Rain Sinclair, which is Wolfsbane. Another figure that was included, but again, we need a body, but you need to buy 3 of these, which I refuse to do. So I might have to use Kitty Pryde, I think, to get some more of these. But Wolfsbane was a Scottish mutant that possessed the ability to transform into a wolf or into a transitional state somewhere between human and wolf. Similar to a werewolf, but different. So yeah, she can kind of use her feral instincts and stuff like that, so that's pretty awesome. And then of course we have Karma. I can never pronounce her Chinese name. Sorry, is it Chinese or Vietnamese if I remember rightly? But Karma is a mutant endowed with the ability to seize control of another's mind, and sometimes been depicted with other more extensive psionic abilities, but usually it's, of using control of another one's mind. Karma was one of the 5 original founding members of the New Mutants, along with Cannonball, Mirage, Sunspot, and Wolfsbane. You may recognise those names as Cannonball, Sunspot, Wolfsbane, and Karma herself all went on to join X-Force at a later date. So that's pretty cool as well. Right, guys, let's turn the packaging over. So as you can see, there's a nice shot of Danielle Moonstar on the side here, but none of the other characters are depicted anywhere on the box, which annoys me. Which makes me think this originally was meant to be just Dani Moonstar. And then it feels like that Hasbro gave up on the line and just packed the other 2 heads into the packaging, almost. Maybe because the movie has been in limbo and been in movie hell for a little while, and since Disney's takeover, it's been in production hell for a little while now. It's been pushed back and pushed back. Hasbro just given us this just to get the line over with, almost. I don't know. It just feels very rushed having 3 in one box. Again, I feel like it should have been included as 3 bodies. With all 3 head sculpts at a reduced price. That's what I would have gone for. Like a 3-pack that's probably worth. We could have got about 50 quid for the 3-pack. Come on, and we'd have all paid it. But having to buy 3 of these is annoying. But I love that artist rendering shot of Dani Moonstar on the back, and it does state here, part of the Young Mutants, Dani Moonstar has the ability to conjure illusions based on her enemy's deepest fears. Right, guys, let's go ahead and break her out of the packaging. I'm sorry for the long-ass intro. I just wanted to get that off my chest about this figure, because this has been my sticking point of making this video. I wanted to make this video and review this figure, but I wanted to get that bit off my chest, that I feel that Hasbro have copped out on this one a little bit, and are really pushing the collectors to almost a wit's end with this one. And I know in America this is in Walgreens and their stock hasn't been the best, so good luck to my friends in the States trying to get 3 of these bad boys. But yeah, I won't be buying 2 more of these because I refuse to have an abundance of heads, so I'm going to try and hunt down some Kitty Pryde bodies, I think. Unless these drastically drop in price at some point. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead over to the desk cam and open this bad boy up.
Alright guys, with that off my chest, let's break her out of the box. Like I said, I'm not hating on it too much because, you guys know I'm a massive X-Men fan. I grew up with the X-Men, and the fact that I love the X-Men is all down to, I've mentioned this story loads of times before, but every time we get an X-Men I always sort of mention it again. I grew up, obviously, with my disabilities, my prosthetic leg, and everything else, that went wrong with me, and all the disabilities I have. I grew up feeling different. And then along came this awesome comic book and cartoon series on television called X-Men, where I learned that being different's not always a bad thing. And while other people may not understand you and may not necessarily know what you're going through, there's other people out there that do. And that's how I felt at the time, being in a small town where I came from. There wasn't many disabled kids around me. So, as sort of sad as that story is, I like to say it just because that I do have a deeper connection to the X-Men franchise. That's the reason I like the X-Men. So, my rant at the beginning wasn't necessarily to be hateful towards the X-Men or towards Hasbro. It was just the fact that, as a collector who wants to get all these figures, I think this would have been better as a 3-pack. Giving us all 3 bodies rather than making us buy 3 lots of figure. Because do Hasbro really think we're not going to want to display them all together? That's what annoys me. And they know we want to display all 3 together. Which then makes me say, is it greed on Hasbro's part? And I don't want to say that either because I like Hasbro as a company. I love the figures that they're making. And the fact that they are listening to the collectors these days, they're attending Comic Cons, they are getting better all the time. It's just that, on this occasion, I do feel let down by them. But anyway, don't want to get any more. Because I know I'm going to get hate in the comments about this. Because I haven't heard many other collectors kind of go down this route and mention it. So as Dani Moonstar, or Danielle Moonstar, is the main sort of figure in this pack. We'll talk about her a little bit. So she was actually depowered after was it the Decimation storyline? I've got my details in front of me. Yeah, she was depowered after Decimation, and then she regained her powers after being infected with the cursed Warlock's transmode virus. Later on as well, she did also gain powers of the Valkyrie as well, I believe, from adventuring in Asgard, which she then regained after making a deal with Hela. So she does actually have a long history with Marvel in this. And again, I know her from sort of the New Mutants. I think there was a series called Young Mutants once upon a time. And obviously then X-Force as well. And some of her adventures through Asgard as the was it part of the Defenders, was it called? I got that bit on my notes, have I? No, just that she adventured in Asgard. Fearless Defenders, that's the one. Fearless Defenders, that's what the name of the group was called. Why is that arm not moving? There we go. Ooh, I don't like that one bit. You guys know my feelings towards that elbow sculpt. I feel like it's going to break every time I touch it. I don't like it. Right. That one bends fine. That one's nice. This one, I feel like it's going to break every time. I don't like it. The elbow. Right, so the head is on a ball joint, so you can make it look up and down, as well as left and right a little bit. She's got some nice long ponytail pieces on the back as well. She is I don't want to mispronounce this, but she's Native American. She's Cheyenne descent. She's got an ab crunch, so you can crunch her back and forwards. Her arms do lift up at the top hinge then, do rotate. There is also the elbow hinge. On this arm, the elbow hinge is a little bit weird. I'm not sure if it's that backwards. Try and bend it the other way. There we go. So it was backwards, that hinge. And the hands as well do rotate. From messing around with this hinge, you can see the black is already chipping away, and you can see it's yellow is the main body paint underneath. And that's why there is these issues with the black and yellow sort of fading into one another. So the figure itself was originally painted yellow, and then the black decor was added on afterwards. You can see definitely from around the chest area, there's flakes of paint that are just missing. So legs do lift out, as well as forwards and backwards, with a top thigh cut, double hinge knee there. No boot cut, but the feet are on rocker and pivot. Now if we just swap her head off, ooh, does that even want to go on? Oof. That is a long neck. So for me, this body was made for Dani, and wasn't made with the other two figures in mind. This is what makes me think Hasbro changed their minds at last second to make this a pack with multiple heads in it at some point during production. Because the neck is far too long for the other characters in the box, and it just looks insane. They were made for this long headdress piece. And obviously the hair is shorter on this other figure, meaning there's like about a quarter, about a quarter of an inch too much neck. It looks ridiculous from the front. So you have to kind of tilt her head forward a little bit if you want to try and display her from the front, or have her crunched up a little bit where you can't really tell. But looking straight on, it looks insane. It looks like an ostrich neck. So that annoys me a little bit as well. I genuinely do think this was made for Dani, and then we've just added the heads in to get the line complete, because they had no room for the other figures, or they had too many figure ideas at once, had too many prototypes, just wanted to get them all out. Again, because of money. Greed and all that. Greed's an ugly green-eyed monster, and it looks like Hasbro's been thinking to it. The other annoying thing, was Karma the one? No, was it Dani? I think it might have been Dani Moonstar actually. Didn't one of them have a prosthetic leg? Which was the New Mutant with the metal leg? I'm trying to think now. Or am I thinking of a different character altogether? I'm going to Google while I've got you all here, because I hate not knowing. Oh, Magic has the false leg. Sorry, my problem. That's alright then. I was going to say they didn't include the prosthetic leg of the character, but they did. It's Magic, isn't it? It's nothing to do with these characters. My bad. At least I didn't say it and you guys just start going at me in the comments below anyway. Yeah, but anyway, let's move on. So again, this is Karma. And Karma's head sculpt is pretty decent, to be fair. It is nice. And they included for her some open palm hands, so obviously you can use that for magic abilities and stuff. Also, because we've got some nice open palm yellow hands, if anyone's got the Rogue figure like me, finally we have some more yellow hands for Rogue. Especially if someone's bought the Rogue second hand that didn't include the secondary hand, you know what I mean? You've got the nice open palm yellow hands now. So yeah, there is Karma. And now of course we get Wolfsbane as well. Wolfsbane does come with clawed hands. So let's see how easy these pop out. So again, annoying. My next annoying bit would be if she's got these clawed hands, would she necessarily have the rest of the yellow glove? And that obviously is a part of the mould and not removable, but for me it would just be the solid black all the way down. Let me just bring up some pictures of Wolfsbane here. me just have a look. Yeah, so most of the pictures I'm seeing when she's in the New Mutant outfit, she doesn't have the yellow anywhere, it's just solid black all the way down. Same with the feet, because the feet are actually the wolf as well, which again, I feel this is a missed opportunity. We could have had a really cool figure, and again, that neck's too long. We could have had a really cool figure where we had the, you know, the feet coming out and stuff, and had the wolf feet, and had like rips in there for the fur to stick out and stuff. We could have had a really awesome Wolfsbane figure, but again, it just feels like we've been left behind a little bit here by Hasbro, just to get these figures out or something. I'm not sure. Do we think Hasbro will go back and correct this and give us these proper figures later on? They've got the head sculpt, so I mean they could, but they probably won't. See how it might depend on how popular the movie is. Also, I think I would have liked the red on the hair to be a little bit more brighter. It's a little bit dark red, whereas in the comics, from all the images we're looking at, it's more of a ginger. And if I change back to Dani, she also comes with the bow and arrow, obviously her Cheyenne heritage. She also used the bow and arrow when she was in Asgard and stuff. So she does come with her bow and arrow, which is pretty nice. This is also a cool accessory that we could use with multiple figures, like it'll come to me. Forge. So obviously Forge has got the Apache heritage as well. And even Warpath, actually, he's got Native American history, so again the bow and arrow could be used with multiple characters, along with the knives and stuff. It could make a really cool accessory, so I like that. What are your guys' thoughts anyway? Do you like the figure? Are you a fan? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at the figure itself, though, because I do think she's well worth a look at up close. So let's go to the desk cam! So guys, here she is out of the packaging. Don't get me wrong, I have moaned a lot in this video about these figures, but you know, I do still like this figure. It is very cool. I'm loving the fact that we've got a bow and arrow for her as well. It's a nice accessory. And the figure itself is great for posing. Like I've got her in a nice stance there now, where she's standing pretty well on her own. So yeah, it is a very cool figure. Very well made. Not too many paint issues. There are some, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, I do like this figure a lot. I think it's very fun. And then, of course, we've got the 2 extra heads as well for our other 2 characters, which are also very well made and designed. I love the pink on the eyes. There's no real paint app issues on that either, which is nice. And, of course, Wolfsbane. So whilst I love Dani Moonstar, my favourite out of this collection is Karma, so I'm going to go ahead and do the head swap, and so we can have a look at Karma as well. So here's our secondary character, Karma. Again, she's really cool. Jian Koi Man, I think you pronounce the name. I've just looked it up. Again, I've probably butchered that. But I'm loving the dark makeup, you know, on the lips and stuff. Her lipstick is really cool. It really makes the pink in the eyes pop. The yellow on the headband as well on this one is pretty decent. There is a few paint little scuffs, like there's a lot of black there, and there's like a weird green on this side. But all in all, at least it's a solid, like it's a decent colour. I've seen some that are just like chipped away and horrible. At least that is actually coloured. Whether it's coloured wrong or not, you know, at least there's colour on it. It makes it, from photos it looks okay. So yeah, the figure itself is nice. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of these, of the New Mutants and the X-Men, so I'm glad that I've got these figures to finish off kind of my X-Men line and the New Mutants line. And we've got even more New Mutants coming soon, guys. This week I've got an awesome delivery coming that you're going to love. So stay tuned for this week's sort of haul video as well. It's going to be an awesome haul, so stay tuned. Oh no, she's falling down! I wasn't going to look at Wolfsbane, but as I've looked at the other 2, I think it's only fair that I look at Wolfsbane now as well. So let's go ahead and get Wolfsbane in here as well for one last shot. Alright guys, and finally here's Wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane probably has the best sculpt all in all, to be honest, and the most decent paint app with no bleeding issues. The colours really do match and pop, so I got to give it to him on that. And as well, the fangs are very seeable as well. Sometimes they make fanged faces and they don't look all that good, but you can actually see the fangs really well here. I've kind of got her in a crouched up feral position. But yeah, all in all, it's a decent figure, like I keep saying. And yeah, I'm just super glad to have it in the collection finally. At least here in the UK we managed to get one. The camera's struggling to pick her up. There we go. At least we managed to get one. There's been many occasions with exclusives in the past that have just gone us by. So very happy to have her. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.
So out of the three guys, which is your favourite? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, please make sure you smash that subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us. It really helps out and helps keep making awesome videos. And to those people out there that do say my videos are always very positive and I never have a bad thing to say and I always like everything, there you go. There's my first video in a while where I've not particularly liked something, but I have spoke my mind about it and I haven't just remained quiet, so nah. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm so mature. And I'll see you guys in the next video. May the force be with you. Bye!